Loneliness wraps around you like a thick fog, blurring the edges of reality and making every breath feel heavier. It seeps into your bones, chilling you from the inside out. You often wonder how it happened, how you went from laughter and warmth to this overwhelming sense of isolation. It's a strange feeling, this solitude. At times, it feels like an old friend, familiar and comfortable. But more often, it feels like a heavy shroud that suffocates the joy from your life. You can hear echoes of laughter in your mind, memories of moments shared with friends, loved ones, the way their voices intertwined with yours in a sweet melody of companionship. But now, the silence is deafening, and the absence of their presence is a reminder of the void that exists where connection once thrived. You remember when love felt like an endless spring, warm, vibrant, and full of life. Now it seems like autumn leaves, crisp and brittle, falling away without any promise of revival. Every heartbeat feels like a reminder of what was lost, each pulse a painful echo of your heartache. You feel pushed aside, as if you are not worthy of the love you once received. You wonder how you went from being someone's everything to feeling like an afterthought. It's as if you've been discarded, left to wither away in a forgotten corner. You ask yourself why you weren't enough, why the ties that once bound you together were severed so easily, so ruthlessly. The pain of separation is a cruel teacher, forcing you to confront feelings you wish to ignore. It shows you that love can be as fickle as the wind. One moment, it carries you on a warm breeze, and the next, it tosses you aside like a discarded leaf. You ache for the intimacy that was shared, the whispered secrets, the shared dreams, the soft laughter that once filled your days. Now, that laughter is replaced with a haunting silence that echoes through the empty spaces of your heart. You find yourself lost in memories, replaying every moment, every word, every glance that once felt so significant. You yearn to understand what went wrong, why the connection faded into oblivion. Was it something you said, something you did, or simply the passage of time that eroded the bond you thought was unbreakable? In the quiet moments, you begin to realize that being alone isn't just about the absence of others. It's also about the absence of yourself. You've become a stranger in your own skin, feeling like an imposter in your own life. The person you once were, filled with dreams, laughter, and passion, has been replaced by a shell, a weary traveler navigating a landscape of shadows. You wonder if you'll ever find your way back to yourself, to the vibrant person who dared to dream and love deeply. The longer you sit in this solitude, the more you begin to see the cracks in your own heart, the wounds that haven't healed. Each scar tells a story of battles fought and lost, of love given and taken away, of trust broken and rebuilt. You try to reach out, to bridge the gap between the isolation and the warmth of connection. But every attempt feels like a feeble whisper against the roaring winds of loneliness. The people you once considered close seem so far away now, as if they've moved on to a world where you no longer belong. You feel like a ghost, haunting the edges of their lives, hoping for a glimpse, a sign that you're still remembered. But each time you reach out, you're met with silence, or worse, indifference. It's as if the universe conspired to push you away, to make you feel like an intruder in spaces you once called home. As days turn into weeks and weeks into months, you learn to navigate this new reality. You discover the art of self-compassion, learning to cradle your own heart gently. You begin to accept that it's okay to feel pain, to grieve the loss of love and connection. You understand that loneliness can be a powerful catalyst for growth. In this solitude, you start to explore the depths of your own being, to unearth the buried treasures of your soul. You begin to write, to paint, to express the emotions that swirl within you like a storm. You pour your heart onto the pages, allowing the ink to flow freely, transforming pain into art. You find solace in the creation, in the expression of your truth, and in the process, you discover a part of yourself that has been waiting to be heard. You learn to take long walks in nature, where the beauty of the world surrounds you. The trees stand tall, their roots digging deep into the earth, and you find comfort in their strength. You listen to the whispers of the wind, the rustling of leaves, and the distant call of birds. In these moments, you realize you are not truly alone. You are part of something much larger. The universe is vast, and while your heart may ache with solitude, it is also filled with the potential for connection and rebirth. Each day becomes an opportunity to start anew, to embrace the unknown and step into the light once more. With time, you learn to fill the void with self-love. You discover the importance of nurturing your own spirit, of being gentle with yourself in moments of despair. You realize that healing is not linear. It ebbs and flows, much like the tides of the ocean. Some days are filled with hope and light, while others are shrouded in darkness. But you learn to ride the waves, to trust the process, and to believe that the sun will rise again. You understand that being alone doesn't mean being unworthy. It simply means you have the chance to redefine your worth on your own terms. And then, one day, as you stand in the mirror, you see a flicker of light in your own eyes. You recognize the strength that lies within, the resilience that has carried you through the storm. You smile softly at the reflection, staring back at you, realizing that you are still here, still fighting, still alive. You have weathered the harshest of winters, and spring is just around the corner. You are learning to bloom again, to embrace the beauty of your own existence, to appreciate the moments of solitude that have shaped you. Through the journey of loneliness, you have discovered the power of connection, not only with others but with yourself. You have learned that it's okay to lean on others, to seek companionship when you need it. You have found that the ties that bind us can be fragile yet unbreakable. And as you step into the world once more, you do so with a heart that has been both shattered and mended, with a spirit that has been tempered by the fires of experience. You are ready to embrace love again, ready to build connections that are grounded in authenticity and mutual respect. You are no longer just a shadow of who you once were. You are a vibrant soul, capable of both giving and receiving love. You have learned to stand tall, even in your vulnerability, and you carry with you the lessons of your journey. The heartache, the loneliness, the pushing away, they have all led you to this moment of awakening. You understand now that life is a beautiful tapestry, woven with threads of joy and sorrow, connection and separation. And in this tapestry, you find your place, a space where you can shine brightly, where you can embrace the complexity of your emotions and the beauty of your existence. So as you walk forward into the unknown, you do so with your head held high, ready to embrace whatever comes next. You are not defined by your loneliness. You are defined by your courage, your resilience, and your ability to love fiercely. You carry with you the wisdom of your journey, and you step into the future knowing that you are enough, exactly as you are. You feel a change within yourself, a flicker of hope igniting a long dormant fire in your heart. The journey has not been easy, and the scars of past wounds still ache. Yet, with each passing day, you find yourself embracing the lessons learned from solitude. The time spent alone has gifted you a deeper understanding of who you are, of what you want, and of what you deserve. You've learned that loneliness is not merely a void to be filled, but a state of being that can be transformed into self-discovery. In the quiet moments, you have peeled back the layers of your soul, exposing vulnerabilities that once terrified you. As you reflect on the past, you understand that every relationship, every connection has left its mark on you. The love you once shared may have faded, but its essence remains etched in your heart. Those memories, once a source of pain, now become lessons in love and loss. You recognize the beauty in those moments, the laughter shared over coffee, the quiet conversations that lingered late into the night, the warmth of a hand clasped tightly in yours. These memories are treasures, reminders of the love that has shaped you. You learn to honor those moments while also understanding that holding on to them too tightly can hinder your growth. You begin to create boundaries, recognizing the importance of protecting your heart while remaining open to new connections. The world outside feels intimidating, a place where rejection and disappointment lurk at every corner. But you refuse to let fear dictate your life. Instead, you choose to step into the unknown, embracing the uncertainty with a newfound sense of courage. Each day becomes an opportunity to face your fears, to engage with the world around you in a way that honors your authentic self. You find solace in the small victories, a smile exchanged with a stranger, a compliment offered to a friend, or simply the act of stepping outside and feeling the sun on your skin. The process of healing is slow, like the gradual unfurling of a flower. You learn to be patient with yourself, to allow the healing to unfold in its own time. Some days you feel lighter, more hopeful, while other days, the weight of loneliness threatens to pull you under. In those moments of darkness, you remind yourself that it's okay to feel lost, to embrace the ebb and flow of emotions. You write down your feelings, pouring your heart into journals filled with raw thoughts and reflections. Writing becomes a cathartic release, a way to process the tangled web of emotions swirling within you. You start to explore new interests, diving into hobbies that ignite a spark within you. Painting, gardening, or simply taking long walks in nature becomes a form of meditation. You learn to find beauty in the simple things. A sunset that paints the sky in hues of orange and pink, the sound of leaves rustling in the wind, the laughter of children playing in the distance. Each moment becomes a reminder that life is still full of wonder, even amid sorrow. You begin to cultivate gratitude for the little things, understanding that joy can coexist with pain. As time passes, you notice subtle shifts in your perspective. You start to let go of the idea that you need someone else to complete you. You are whole, just as you are. The realization washes over you like a warm tide, bringing with it a sense of empowerment. You no longer seek validation from others. Instead, you find it within yourself. You understand that you are capable of loving deeply, of nurturing your own heart, and of creating a life that reflects your true essence. The love you once sought from others now flows from within, filling the void with a sense of purpose and fulfillment. In the midst of this journey, you also come to terms with the friendships that have faded. Some people are meant to be part of our lives only for a season, teaching us valuable lessons before moving on. You begin to let go of the anger and resentment tied to those losses. Instead, you choose to remember the good times and to celebrate the growth that came from those experiences. You understand that not every connection is meant to last, and that's okay. You embrace the beauty of impermanence, knowing that it's a natural part of life's ebb and flow. Gradually, you start to build new connections, letting them develop organically without the pressure of expectation. You find yourself engaging in conversations with new people, sharing your story and listening to theirs. Each interaction becomes a thread woven into the fabric of your life, creating a tapestry rich with experiences. You learn to be present, to savor each moment without worrying about the future or dwelling on the past. In the laughter shared and the stories exchanged, you rediscover the joy of human connection, feeling the warmth of camaraderie and understanding wash over you. You also begin to nurture existing relationships, reaching out to those who have stood by you through the storm. You express your gratitude for their presence in your life, acknowledging the support they've offered during your darkest days. Reconnecting with friends becomes a source of joy, a reminder that you are not alone in this journey. You share your struggles and triumphs, allowing vulnerability to deepen the bonds you share. You realize that true friendship is built on understanding, acceptance, and love, and you are grateful for those who have walked beside you. Amidst the healing and the reconnections, you still find moments of solitude that nourish your soul. You understand the importance of balance, of allowing time for reflection and self-care. You carve out sacred spaces for yourself, whether it's a cozy corner in your home, a peaceful park, or a quiet cafe. In these moments, you practice mindfulness, learning to appreciate the present without judgment. You breathe deeply, inhaling the world around you and exhaling the burdens you've carried for so long. You find strength in meditation, allowing your mind to settle like the calm surface of a lake. With each breath, you visualize your worries dissipating into the air, replaced by a sense of tranquility. You embrace the stillness, realizing that it's in these quiet moments that you truly connect with yourself. You allow your mind to wander, exploring the depths of your thoughts and emotions without fear. In this space, you discover the beauty of self-acceptance and self-love. As your journey unfolds, you start to dream again, dreams that were once buried beneath layers of hurt and disappointment. You set new goals for yourself, both big and small. You envision a future filled with possibility, one where you chase after your passions and embrace the unknown. With each goal achieved, no matter how small, you build momentum, empowering yourself to keep moving forward. The fire within you ignites with renewed energy, propelling you towards a brighter tomorrow. With time, you also confront the lingering pain from past relationships. You understand that closure doesn't always come from others. Sometimes it's a gift you give yourself. You take the time to reflect on what those experiences taught you, identifying patterns and behaviors you wish to break free from. You release the burdens of blame and regret, choosing to focus on the lessons rather than the pain. Each realization becomes a stepping stone toward growth, a reminder that every heartbreak was an opportunity to learn and evolve. Through this process, you begin to cultivate a deeper sense of empathy for yourself and others. You recognize that everyone carries their own battles, and that vulnerability is a shared human experience. You become a beacon of understanding, willing to listen and support those who are struggling. Your heart expands with compassion, and you find joy in being there for others in their moments of need. You realize that love is not just about receiving, it's also about giving freely, and in doing so, you create a cycle of connection that nourishes your soul. As your journey continues, you find strength in your story. You understand that sharing your experiences can inspire others who are walking similar paths. You begin to open up about your struggles, sharing the lessons learned and the hope that has blossomed from your pain. In doing so, you create a ripple effect, encouraging others to embrace their own journeys of healing. You become a source of light for those still navigating the shadows, a reminder that there is beauty in resilience and strength in vulnerability. You reflect on how far you've come, recognizing that the journey of healing is ongoing. Each day brings new challenges, new opportunities for growth. You learn to celebrate the small victories, to honor the steps taken, no matter how insignificant they may seem. With gratitude in your heart, you acknowledge the journey itself as a vital part of your transformation. You have learned to embrace the messy, imperfect nature of life, understanding that it's in the struggles that true strength is forged. And so, you move forward with a sense of purpose and determination. You are no longer defined by your past or the loneliness that once consumed you. Instead, you embrace your identity as a survivor, a warrior who has faced the storms of life and emerged stronger. You carry the lessons of your journey with you, weaving them into the fabric of who you are. You step into each new day with an open heart, ready to embrace whatever comes your way. In the end, you realize that loneliness is not a destination, it's a part of the journey. It has taught you invaluable lessons about love, loss, and the importance of connection. You have learned to navigate the complexities of your own heart, to honor both your struggles and your triumphs. The tapestry of your life is rich and vibrant, woven with threads of resilience, hope, and love. You understand that you are never truly alone. The strength you carry within you is a constant companion, guiding you toward a future filled with possibilities. So, as you continue to write your story, you do so with a renewed sense of purpose. You are ready to embrace the fullness of life, to dance in the light of love and laughter, and to cherish the moments that make your heart sing. You have learned that while loneliness may visit, it does not define you. You are a masterpiece in progress, a beautiful soul capable of love, connection, and joy. And with that realization, you step boldly into the world, ready to embrace the next chapter of your life with an open heart. As you go deeper into this period of reflection, the weight of past heartbreaks and disappointments starts to feel like familiar terrain. Every instance of rejection, every silent wound left unspoken, begins to meld into a cohesive understanding of your journey. You see now that each relationship you lost, each friend who drifted away, each connection that withered despite your best efforts, all had a purpose. They didn't define you. Rather, they revealed parts of you. They reflected back the silent spaces within yourself that still ached for acceptance, for kindness, and for healing. You come to realize that loneliness is both a teacher and a test. It forces you to confront parts of yourself that may otherwise have remained hidden, buried under layers of distraction and busyness. Alone, with nothing but your own thoughts and memories for company, you start to sift through your past with more compassion. You hold the memories carefully, as though they were delicate objects, fragile yet filled with meaning. You let yourself feel the sadness, but instead of sinking into it, you use it as a reminder of your resilience, your ability to keep moving forward, even when the world around you felt like it was crumbling. Each memory that surfaces becomes an opportunity for forgiveness, not just for others, but for yourself. You learn to forgive yourself for the times you couldn't be everything to everyone, for the moments when your best didn't feel like enough. You forgive yourself for the dreams that were left unfulfilled, the chances you didn't take, and the love you struggled to give yourself. In this forgiving, you find a strange but powerful liberation. You realize that you have been carrying these burdens alone, but now you can begin to set them down. As weeks turn to months, a gradual transformation begins to unfold within you. The ache of solitude, once so sharp and overpowering, starts to soften. It becomes a quiet companion, a gentle reminder of your own strength. You start to see solitude not as a void, but as a canvas, a space where you can begin to paint the life you envision. You find yourself drawn to moments of quiet, to the solace that comes with watching a sunrise or listening to the rain. The beauty in these simple acts fills you with a kind of peace that words cannot describe. You spend time reconnecting with yourself in ways you had long forgotten. You allow yourself to dream, to imagine a future that is full and rich, even if it looks different than what you once envisioned. You start to make plans, not for the approval of others, but because they bring joy to your heart. Each small step, whether it's trying a new recipe, picking up a hobby, or simply going for a walk in nature, becomes a celebration of life, a reminder that there is beauty and meaning even in the smallest things. In these solitary moments, you find yourself contemplating love, what it truly means, and how it has shaped you. You realize that love is not a finite resource, nor is it something that must always be returned. You learn to love yourself with the same kindness and patience that you once reserved for others. You understand that love is not about possession or control, but about connection, about recognizing the shared humanity in everyone, even in those who have hurt you. You begin to love others without expectation, without the need for validation, and in doing so, you free yourself from the chains of resentment and bitterness. With this newfound freedom, you start to see the world with fresh eyes. Colors seem brighter, sounds more vibrant. The laughter of strangers, once a reminder of your own loneliness, now brings a smile to your face. You realize that joy is not something that exists outside of you, but something you carry within, waiting to be unlocked. You find joy in the quiet moments, in the simple act of being alive, of breathing, of existing. You understand that happiness is not a destination, but a state of mind, a choice you make each day, no matter the circumstances. As you continue to walk this path of self-discovery, you find that your capacity for empathy grows. You see others not as separate from you, but as mirrors of your own experiences, your own struggles. You find yourself wanting to reach out, to offer kindness and understanding. Not because you expect anything in return, but because you know what it feels like to be alone, to feel invisible. Your heart expands, and with it, your capacity for compassion and love. You start to see the world not as a place of scarcity, but as a place of abundance, where kindness and love are infinite resources. In the quiet of your own company, you also begin to confront the fears that have held you back. The fear of rejection, the fear of failure, the fear of not being enough. They all rise to the surface, demanding your attention. But instead of running from them, you face them head on. You allow yourself to feel the fear, to understand its roots, to see it not as an enemy, but as a teacher. You learn that fear is simply a part of you, a part that wants to protect you, even if its methods are misguided. You acknowledge it, thank it, and gently let it go. This journey is not without its challenges. There are days when the old wounds resurface, when the loneliness feels overwhelming, when the desire to be seen and understood by someone else feels like an ache in your chest. But you remind yourself that healing is not a straight line. It is a journey, a process that unfolds in its own time. You learn to be patient with yourself, to honor the progress you've made, no matter how small. Each day becomes a step forward, a reminder that you are moving closer to the life you envision, a life that is built on self-love, resilience, and joy. In time, you find that your story has changed. You are no longer defined by your past, by the relationships that ended, or the dreams that didn't come to fruition. You are defined by your strength, your resilience, your ability to find light in the darkest of places. You carry your scars not as a burden, but as a testament to the battles you've fought and won. You are proud of the person you have become, of the journey that has brought you here. You realize that you are not alone, for you carry within you the strength of every hardship, every moment of loneliness, every silent victory. And so, you continue to walk forward with hope in your heart and a quiet confidence in your step. You are ready to face whatever comes your way, knowing that you have the strength to overcome it. You are a survivor, a warrior, a beacon of resilience and love. You are enough, just as you are, and you carry within you a light that can never be extinguished. This is your journey, your story, your life, and it is beautiful beyond measure.